Hello, it's Andy again from the Egocast channel, and today you are about to watch it. The thing that I think if I ever was able to create a viral video, if you want to know what a YouTube creator thinks is going to be that video, that is going to be the biggest video that everybody's going to know, that's going to become the thing, this is the video it's going to come from. Oh, it's going to be great.
Mr. Mahajer joins us from Los Angeles. Alex, thanks for coming on. So,
thanks for having me, Tucker.
How does this work exactly? I mean, the rest of us sort of assume that once you win the presidential election, you get to be president, but you say no.
Well, my argument is that 66 million Americans voted for Hillary Clinton. She won the popular vote by 3 million votes or so, about 2.1%. And there are legitimate questions as to the way that Donald Trump won the election, particularly with regard to the Russian interventionism, and then, of course, FBI Director James Comey's letter to Congress the week before the election that was meant to bring about questions as to criminal wrongdoing by the Democratic nominee a week before the election, which we have evidence that shows that it had an impact on the outcome of the election, that late-breaking voters decided en masse, late deciding voters, rather, decided that they were going to vote for Donald Trump in a way that skewed the election for him. So,
yeah. Wait a minute. You can't seriously sit there and say that Hillary Clinton won the most votes, but because Russia hacked some emails and exposed shady shit she was doing behind the scenes, and because James Comey came out with a letter saying where they were in an investigation, which he had sworn to do. Well, yep. He swore to release information if there was ever anything that came to light which would have possibly brought the case back to bear. And when Anthony Weiner decided to send more dick pics out, they looked into his computers and Uma Abedin's computers and found shit, and he said that they found some shit. Because of that, Hillary Clinton didn't win, but she got more votes.
Will you work with me and others to make public colleges?
Bernie Sanders? What is Bernie Sanders doing in a boob video? Bernie Sanders doesn't belong in a boob video. He's a smart man.
Will you work with me and others to make public colleges and universities tuition-free through federal and state efforts?
Senator, I think that's a really interesting idea, and it's really great to consider and think about. But I think we also have to consider the fact that there's nothing in life that's truly free. Somebody's going to pay for it. And so,
yes, you're right. You're right. So somebody will pay for it, but that takes us to another issue.
And so.
You have to give women a safe place to raise the issues, because the really big stuff, the sexual harassment, that stuff still happens. I'm not saying it always gets reported, it doesn't, but there are systems in place to deal with it. If you are really sexually harassed, at least there's an HR person you can go to and do a complaint. But really, and that's hugely important, and I know we need to do better.
Yes, it's very important. There should always be a good, safe place where women can go to if there's real, actual harassment or things of that nature. That's a very good thing, and we need to work on that.
But what happens when, like, you're getting interrupted in meetings?
I might come up with a better point. I don't know.
You're going to go complain about your boss, who's probably a perfectly great guy who thinks he's fabulous on women? That's what's happening.
What? What's happening?
Right? It's these paper cuts, but these paper cuts are the culture, are creating the problem. And
Paper cuts? What?
you can't go like file an HR complaint.
Why can't you go file an HR for paper cuts? You're going to file an HR for paper cuts?
I got interrupted.
It's because you got interrupted? What?
Right? Even though, let's be clear, those are the biases holding us back. So one of the things that...
What? What is going on?
So one of the things that's happened, we launched Lean In Circles with my foundation when we launched Lean In 3 years ago, and there are 31,000 Lean In Circles all over the world. Half are in companies. There are 70 at Chase, for example. They give you a safe place to anonymously give that feedback. So rather than...
There isn't already an HR department to anonymously give feedback? What? Like, you can't do things anonymously? You can't say, don't say it with me. What?
So rather than your perfectly nice boss who thinks he's fabulous on gender being told he's interrupting women more than men, or being told he's giving men credit for women's ideas, which he probably doesn't know he's doing, we provide training, but...
Well, if he doesn't know that he's... I'm sorry for interrupting you, but if he doesn't know that he's doing it, just say, hey, you interrupted me a whole lot today, and I thought that was kind of fucked up, and then he'll be like, oh, maybe he'll explain himself. Like, what?
We provide training, but more importantly, these circles give you a nice anonymous place, and then the circle leaders can meet with the head of HR, or in great companies with the CEO.
So you want to create, like, a middleman for this? Somebody that somebody can go to have somebody on their behalf go to somebody else to talk to somebody else. You want to create another step in the chain. This is why you guys interrupt it all the time. This is why you guys don't excel. This is the stupidest idea I've ever heard of in my life. Let's put another link in the chain. Let's play telephone with one extra person.
And say this is happening. And then you can do the bias training with the data from your own company. So it is huge to acknowledge we have the problem.
What is the problem? There's not enough people involved. Is it paper cuts? Is it being interrupted? Is it your dry mouth?
And I think the third thing is, and UN Women has led here, is we have to give men a reason to participate. And again, I think it has to go back to what's good for them.
Yes, please tell me what's good for me.
It is the right thing to do, no doubt, but we've known that for a long time and it hasn't happened. So if you are a man, why should you be a more active husband and father? Why do laundry?
Do laundry? Why is that an issue? Do you want me to do laundry? Fine, I'll do laundry, but I don't care about it. I had a hard day today. I'll do the fucking laundry, but it all goes into the same fucking thing and it all gets washed the same. And if it comes out pink, you wear it. It sucks. Who cares? Like, is this really the problem? I take out the garbage every night, bitch.
Other than the fact that I tell men all over the world you're going to have more sex if you do laundry. That's a really good reason.
Yeah, like your pussy is some sort of prize that's worth winning. Go fuck yourself. I can jerk off. You know what? I can jerk off and it's just as good because fuck you. I hate you. Like Bill Burr said, it's like locking up the refrigerator when you got a sandwich in your pocket.
But why do it? Why do it? Because you're going to have a happier marriage. Because the divorce rate goes down. Because depression for your wife goes down.
Because depression for your wife goes down. Because it's all about her happiness. Fuck you. Your happiness will come when she's happy because she won't be bitching at you all the time. Yeah, that's a great philosophy.
Why do more childcare and try to get the balance a little more even? It's not even anywhere in the world. Because your kids, and this is regardless at any income level, are going to do better in school, be healthier, happier, and better adjusted.
Alright, now see, this I couldn't agree with more. Dads need to be fucking dads. You need to fucking raise your goddamn kid. Be a part. Get involved. Pay attention to what they're doing. Limit their access to shit that's harmful. Be a fucking parent. God damn it.
That's a really good reason to do more housework and childcare.
What the fuck does housework have to do with childcare? How about this? You took care of the kid all day, and I worked. I come home, I'll play with the kid all night, and you can do fucking housework. How about that? That's an equal share. Or if we both work, then you know what? I'll fucking play with the kid for a while, you do some housework, and I'll go take out the garbage, and then I'm watching TV and having a beer. Like, god damn it, man, fucking, how about you just don't be an asshole, and I won't be such a prick, and then we'll get along. How about that? Isn't that not fucking fair?
If you're a man in the workplace, why? Because if you can use the full talents of the population rather than half.
The full talents of the population? What if the full talents of the population is a group of white men? What if that is the full talent of the population? What if that just happens to be the way it is in America, where we're mostly white people? Like, are we talking about talent or are we talking about gender? What are we talking about here? Like,
You're going to outperform your peers. And that's true whether you're the entry-level employee where no one reports to you, but you're just better to work with.
Better to work with. As in desperately wants to fuck you, but that way he'll do whatever it is you tell him to do. Is that better to work with?
Or you're the chief marketing officer of Unilever or the CEO. You're going to do better. And so I think if we can convince, companies to market to women against stereotypes because it'll sell their products.
Look, this fucking campaign that feminists are running to get more broad advertising, first of all, is fucking retarded. You know how much advertising, unless it's something that I've never seen before, you know how much advertising affects my choices when I go to the fucking supermarket to get shit? I don't see products by products. I'm colorblind. I see shampoo for dry hair. There we go. Because I got a dry scalp. And it fucks me up. So I get the shit for dry scalp. I couldn't tell you what it is. It makes my head feel all tingly and cold. It's got menthol in it, I think. I don't know. But it's fucking awesome. Well, I don't know who makes it. The shampoo. Most people are like that. Advertising, unless it's something that you've never heard of before, really doesn't affect your choice all that much. If it does, it's negligible. Come on. But these people, have you seen Mad Men? These advertisers have been working on what works, trying to find out what works best. They didn't set out with the goal of, we're going to only advertise house care products to women and we're only going to advertise fun shit to men. They did it because women are generally housewives, so they see those fucking advertisements and they go, oh, I think I should try that. And men generally see the fun shit because that's the only thing we have left in life. Right? So, they've been working on this for fucking years. Decades. They have fine-tuned it to an art. And you want them to go against it because you just think it'll fucking sell better? Who's seriously out there saying to themselves, man, I would love to go to McDonald's, but they just don't have any pangender people working there in their advertisements? Who seriously says that? Whoever it is, fucking retarded. McDonald's is yummy. Fuck it, I eat there. Their commercials, if anything, annoy the shit out of me. I can't stand to hear, because they play them back to fucking back. It's a McDonald's commercial, and then a fucking McDonald's commercial. It has happened so many times when I was listening to radio. And I'm like, what is going on? McDonald's is buying so much advertising time, they have to put them back to back. God damn. So, if anything, they're driving me away with their advertising, but I still eat there. You know why? It's fucking yummy.
If we can convince men to do their share at home and to fight gender bias in the workplace because they'll be happier, more successful in both fronts, that's where the win is. And the good news is, as all of these amazing panelists have said, the data's on our side.
The data may be on your side, but you know what? The reality fucking just isn't.
Is grabbing a woman by her genitals without consent, is that sexual assault?
Clearly, it would be.
Yes, of course it is. Where are we going with this?
Thank you. If a sitting president or any other high federal official was accused of committing what the president-elect described in a context in which it could be federally prosecuted, would you be able to prosecute and investigate?
Seriously, what did he even? What was that question even? So if Donald Trump, because Donald Trump was talking about grabbing women by the pussy, would you be willing to fucking convict him? That's the question? All right, as long as we understand that's the question.
The president is subject to certain lawful restrictions, and they would be required to be applied by the appropriate law enforcement official if appropriate, yes. Yes,
if the president actually commits a crime, he is going to be held accountable for said crime. We'll see Richard Nixon and Bill Clinton.
And the conduct described, based on the description, would be sexual assault.
Well, the confusion about the question was a hypothetical question, and it related to what was said on the tape. I did not remember at the time whether this was suggested to be an unaccepted, unwanted.
Okay, well,
that would certainly meet the definition. If that's what the tape said, then that would be...
My question is very simple. Is grabbing a woman by her genitals without consent, is that sexual assault?
Yes.
I'm so glad you clarified that that was your question.
And so...